Hi, Mauricio. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. We're back here again. Thanks for having me over again. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a little bit of background about your school, who you studied under, and background on your jiu-jitsu.
All right. So I'm a black belt 5th degree and a black belt under Master Ryan Gracie, late Master Ryan Gracie in Brazil. And I have my school here in Newark in the Bay Area at Alonso Academy.
Nice.
I've been there for 15 years, 16 years in Newark.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a long time. We have our special needs program. That's why we're here today. We're here to advertise about our special needs kids program at the gym. So we have a Need to Believe Foundation. That is our non-profit organization that works towards these kids since 2018. So we've been attending between 70 to 100 kids in 2 locations now.
Oh, wow.
One of the locations is at my academy, at Alonso Academy, and we have another Need to Believe program at Ralph Gracie Academy in San Francisco.
Oh,
so
nice.
we're trying to expand our program for many gyms as we want. So I have my academy,
right,
but I'm a founder of Need to Believe Foundation. So it's a program designed to kids with special needs. We do group classes for these kids. Sometimes we have 15, 20 kids at the mats.
That's awesome.
And we have a lot of volunteers involved in this program. It's a great community that we built during this year, you know.
So what brought you into thinking, hey, I want to get involved with special needs children? What gave you the passion to do this?
I always have a sympathy and a care for kids with special needs and people with special needs. And I had an experience that was transforming in a moment of my life. So at that time, I was living in Curitiba. I was living at the gym. That was around 2007, I believe, 2008. I just got divorced. It was like, I think one of the toughest time of my life. I was not making any money. I was living at the gym, teaching some classes, working as a bouncer in some nightclubs. It was Sunday afternoon. It was a beautiful sunny day in Curitiba. And I was in front of the gym, like complaining about life. Man, why this happening to me? And frustrated with the things that was happening. And I was like, why this happening? You know, complaining about life in general.
Right.
With myself.
And sometimes we just have no idea how blessed we really are.
Exactly.
Just to be
alive and breathing, you know?
Yes.
And then at that moment, I looked to the side, and on the corner, on the block, there was a hospital for kids with special needs.
Wow.
And at the moment that I was like very disappointed with life and cursing life, and you know, that moments in life that you are frustrated and some putting out by yourself. And I looked to the side, and there was this lady coming with this kid in a wheelchair, and this kid was all tied up in the wheelchair because, for what I understand today about special needs, I think he had a cerebral palsy and he has some spasms and he cannot control, right?
Yes.
So he had to be tied on this wheelchair, and this lady, and I could see there was a very humble lady with humble origins, you know, not a rich person. She was walking this kid, and she looked at me and smiled and said, "Hey, good morning, son." And I was looking at that, I thought, man, thank you, man, have a great day. And that touched my heart in a way that, I thought, man, I'm here with 27-year-old, healthy as hell, complaining about life. And this lady came with such a great energy around me, and with such a grace, and a few words, and with her eyes and her smile, she described of me what is the meaning of life on that moment. And that day, I said, when I had a chance, I want to work with these kids.
That is great.
And then I moved to America in 2018. I was teaching at the gym, and I have Marina, my student, and I say, hey, Marina, I'm going to work and this and that. Fle, what do you do? I work with kids with special needs. I say, really? She said, yes. I said, man, I always want to work with these kids. She looked at me like, really? I said, yes. She said, oh, let's do a test then. I said, okay, how can we do? Oh, I have one kid that I work with, and I'm going to bring him here to the gym one day, and you can try to work with him and see what you can get out of it. I said, let's do it. Then I never had any experience on teaching kids with special needs, but I just have the love and the desire to do a lot.
And that's all it takes.
And then the mom showed up with the kid and Marina, and the kid was around 13 years old, and he had a certain good level of autism. And then I started to work with this kid in the mats, and I know that in a half an hour that I was with him, he was laughing, rolling, and playing around with me, and his mom was crying.
Aww. Just to see the normalcy.
I went to her and said, hey, Mom, what is happening? And Marina was like shocked and said, what happened? Marina worked with my kid for 3 years. I never see him do that to her.
That is
And I
amazing.
never saw that proximity.
Yeah.
I never saw my son do that to anybody in my life.
You're giving them the opportunity to give it a try?
Yeah. Marina she said we're going to work with their capabilities. They always going to have some capabilities. That's what we focus on, not on the disabilities. We focus on the capabilities of these kids. The disabilities is everybody else focus. We focus on the capabilities, what they can do, what they are in our reach to make them do.
Yeah.
And extract the best of them. And that started like that. And then she said, hey, man, how could work that can have to be free for the families? It's my way to give back.
Absolutely.
So I do that. We do that with a lot of love, a lot of care. It's something that very fulfilling for us. Doing that since 2018, and it's been working really nice. And we're very happy to be able to help these kids and help these families.
Yes.
And build a great and such a healthy and happy environment for these kids while they are with us.
Yeah, absolutely. How many days a week do you have these special needs classes?
We have once a week for now at Saturdays at 9 a.m. That's going to be 2 locations, right? They can go to Alonso Academy in Newark, California, in the Bay Area, or they can go to San Francisco at Half Grace in San Francisco at Howard Street. So we have two locations for the Need to Believe program. In the Bay, we are looking to expand for more places, and we're going to work on it this year. Probably going to have one more, maybe with San Jose or another part on the area that we have a gym that want to implement and have a Need to Believe program at their gym.
That is amazing that you're doing for these kids.
We have kids that overcome some incredible bridges. One of them, Nico, is one of my heroes. This kid is now 13 years old. He deals with many different types of situations, right? He have a condition. He already have 8 surgeries or 9 surgeries on his brain.
Oh, wow.
And the doctors at Stanford, when he started to work with us, he couldn't walk. The doctors at Stanford, they said, oh, your kid never going to walk again. Probably he's going to be almost in a vegetative state and this and that. Funny, man, that's no.
Yeah.
We have videos of his mom when the beginning, when he started. The only thing he could do was do a grip on the collar of the gi. That's what he was able to hold the gi, sitting. Now this kid runs, he rolls, he trains, he do arm bars. So the doctors don't understand what happened. And many other examples that I have at the gym, that kids that overcome many things through our program, and that's what we do.
I think people limit their capabilities.
Yes.
And like you were saying, let's pull out what they can do and work with that.
Yeah. Sometimes you're going to have a kid that's going to have, with time, you will discover what they're going to do. And then they're going to do that a lot. Even as a group class, we do. If there's something unique you don't see anywhere in the world, a jiu-jitsu class for 15, 20 kids at the same time with needs. It's something that, even as a group class, we provide individual attention for each one of the kids, that they feel the love, and sometimes they won't be able to do exactly what they're asking for. Then we adapt to the situation, we adapt the movement for that specific kid, for that specific need that he has. So we're going to be able to extract the most of them in individual levels too, even as a group class.
Oh, yeah. When you are working with these kids and you see the happiness and the love for the sport, to me, that would be absolutely rewarding.
Yes, we have kids there that sometimes they give their first steps, sometimes there at the mats, they start to crawl, they start to walk, and
That's beautiful.
Parents sometimes come to us and say, man, I never imagined in my life that my kid could do this, that he's doing today. Grabbing each other kids. So we break the barriers that people really think is almost impossible, and kids can interact between them without that struggle or that aggressiveness. Sometimes kids with special needs, it's hard to interact with each other. That's another magical thing that happened on the mats. When they realize their kids are interacting with the other kids in a nice way and doing the things that they never imagined they could do. Not only the physical part of the physical aspect, but the mental, the emotional, and the socialization aspect of the program is bringing amazing results for many kids, and we are super proud, and we want to expand that as most as we can.
Do you have a website where you take donations, your foundation, I bet?
Yes, the only thing we have is donations, and we sell gis that kids made. Like today, if you go to our booth, we have multiple colored gis that our kids go there and do themselves. We help them and they do the gis.
The tie-dye ones that I saw today.
Yes, the tie-dye ones, yes. It's made by our kids, by the kids,
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we try to work with these kids, and it's been working over. So the website is needtobelievefoundation.com. So on this website, we're going to have all information about the program. If you live in the Bay Area and have a kid or know someone that have a kid with special needs, please bring them to us, or to San Francisco at Healthy Grace Academy in Howard Street, or at Alonso Academy at Newark in the Bay. So we'll be happy to have you guys over. And thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hopefully I'll get to visit your dojo and do the podcast over there. I'd love to interview you.
Yes, that would be great. It's a long, good story, believe.
So thank
you very much, man.
Thank you.
Your attention, your care,
Yes.
your love for the community here. We spend all day interviewing nice, interesting people. Glad to be one of them.
Thank you. I appreciate
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.